and probably more should do it. Too many people jump straight through to let me sell you my thing, and the danger of that is you become seen as a salesperson very quickly. The quicker you jump to your proposal, the quicker you're selling your proposal. You know, the longer you stretch it out and add some research and other things in between, you become more of a surgeon or a doctor doing a diagnosis, and it's a chance for the client to get more engaged in the process, and also a chance for you to actually really work out what the situation is and what's required while you're being paid. So yeah, I mean that really applies to many more professions, but most professions rush too quickly. Yeah, the slow selling system process really could be applied to selling anything that requires any sort of semi-complex solution. Anything that requires kind of a diagnosis first, or should require a diagnosis first, where you want to go away and charge them a fee to go and do some research in advance, which for a lot of professional services it would apply. Right. Well, I talk about that and confirm.
Okay.
Right. So you'll enjoy that, but I'm glad you brought it up, because it's such an important piece. And I think I'd probably say in the training that if you do this piece right, you can possibly remove 70 to 80% of the typical aggravations that you would have in a project, because we're going to eliminate them before we sign them up as a client. We're going to add one thing in. So don't just sign them up as a client. Stop. Before you sign them up as a client, what I want you to do is I want you to pull out your rules of the road. Right? And the rules of the road are, you'll do a wee exercise where you'll say, okay, what are all the things that aggravate you about running a project, particularly with the client, and what are all the things they do that really annoy you and shouldn't happen but do happen. And then we're going to create a rules of the road, just using the process I'll take you through, and get them to sign off that those things basically won't happen. They'll be phrased in a way that don't look too bad, and they'll just initial and sign off. If I email you something, you'll get back to me within 48 hours or something, whatever it is. It'll be phrased in a positive way. If you delay getting answers back to me, then we can delay the project by the same amount of time. Or if you don't pay on time, then I'll have to, it's based on giving you a 5% discount, but if you don't pay on time, then you'll have to pay the full amount, or whatever it is that you want to put in to remove the most annoying things that happen. You create this rules of the road. And what I've found with any industry, not just architecture, but the people up front, when they're excited and they're ready to start, they'll sign anything. They'll initial anything up front, because it's all in the future, and it all makes sense that yes, I'll get back to you on time, and yes, I'll pay you on time, of course, and yes, I'll do this, and no, I won't delay things, and if I need to put any additional, if I make changes, I know that there will be change controls, and that'll affect the cost and the time of the project. Initial here. They'll sign anything, and they're all reasonable things. They'll sign them up front, but what it does is allow you to pull that piece of paper out later on in the project and say, hang on, we've already discussed this. Oh, I don't remember discussing it. I don't remember. No, but you initialed right here beside item number 3, right? You've initialed here. We did discuss it, and you've been, oh yeah, oh right, yes I did. Oh, okay, boom. They're really on quicksand now in terms of their argument, and they'll back in line. So that's kind of the rules of the road in a 3-minute summary. Where I got this from was when I went to a rental car company, and I went to a rent-a-car from Budget Rent-A-Car, and they got me to fill out this 10-page, well, they got me to sign a 10-page, I don't know, 5-page agreement. But I started reading through it and thought, I'm not reading all this. It's, it's a rental car agreement. It's probably standard. But anyway, I don't have any option anyway. I can always say I didn't read the contract. And I signed it and handed it back to her. And did she hand me the keys? No, she didn't hand me the keys. She then said, right, you just need to go through this one page, it was just one page, and initial these 7 things. You agree that this, just initial here. You agree this, initial here. This one here, you won't drive the car through the surf and at the beach on the sand, and you won't go off road. And now, of course, I'm going, well, no, I won't. Of course, I can initial that. That's no problem. And I initialed all of them because they're all kind of reasonable. But what it did, I could always have the excuse, I didn't read through your 10-page contract. No one reads through a 10-page contract. Don't be stupid. But if she was then to say, no, but we also brought this up, you initialed right here, and here's your initial, it's like, oh, yeah, I can't claim ignorance now on those ones.